You might be special and not even know it. Right now, I'm going to tell you about some birth dates that could change everything for you. If you were born on one of these days, you might be what we call a chosen one. This isn't just any ordinary thing. It's about spiritual awakening and your unique role in the world. So, pay close attention, because what I'm about to share could explain so much about your life and why you feel different from others. Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in? Like there's something more to life that others just don't see? Well, that feeling might not be in your head. It could be a sign that you're meant for something bigger. Today, we're going to explore what it means to be a chosen one, how to know if you are one, and what that means for your spiritual journey. This isn't just another video. It's a chance for you to discover your true purpose and potential. Now let's talk about what we mean when we say chosen one. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. A chosen one is someone who has a special purpose in life. It's like the universe picked you for an important job. But here's the thing. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being different in a way that matters. Being a chosen one means you have a unique connection to the spiritual world. You might see things differently or feel things more deeply than others. It's like you have a special antenna that picks up signals others miss. This doesn't mean your life is all easy and perfect. In fact, being a chosen one can sometimes feel confusing or even hard, but it also means you have the power to make a real difference in the world. Why is being a chosen one special? Well, it's all about spiritual awakening. This is when you start to wake up to the deeper truths of life. It's like you've been asleep, and now you're starting to see the world with new eyes. As a chosen one, you're more likely to go through this awakening. And when you do, you can help others wake up too. Think about it like this. In a world where many people are just going through the motions, you're someone who can see beyond the surface. You can feel the connections between all things. You might have a strong sense of what's right and wrong, or a deep desire to help others. These are all signs that you might be a chosen one. But here's the important part. Being a chosen one isn't about sitting back and feeling special. It's about using your gifts to make the world better. It's a big responsibility, but it's also incredibly rewarding. When you embrace your role as a chosen one, you start to find real meaning and purpose in your life. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I'm a chosen one? Well, there are some signs to look out for. Remember, everyone is unique, so you might not have all these signs, and that's okay. The important thing is to pay attention to how you feel and what you experience. First, let's talk about feeling different. If you're a chosen one, you might have always felt like you don't quite fit in. It's not that you can't get along with people, but you might feel like you see the world differently. You might find yourself thinking about big questions that others don't seem to care about. Things like, what's the meaning of life? Or, why are we here? If you've always felt a bit out of step with the world around you, that could be a sign. Another big sign is having a strong intuition. This is like a gut feeling, but it's more than just a hunch. If you're a chosen one, you might often know things without knowing how you know them. You might be able to sense what others are feeling, even if they don't say anything. Or you might have dreams that come true. It's like you have a direct line to some deeper source of knowledge. Empathy is another common trait among chosen ones. This means you feel deeply for others. When someone is sad, you don't just understand it, you feel it too. This can be hard sometimes because you might find yourself taking on other people's emotions, but it also means you have a special ability to connect with and help others. Many chosen ones also feel a deep connection to nature. You might feel most at peace when you're outdoors, surrounded by trees or near water. You might notice small details in nature that others miss, or feel a strong urge to protect the environment. It's like you can sense the life force in all living things. Another sign is experiencing synchronicities. These are meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be just chance. Maybe you keep seeing the same number everywhere, or you think of someone right before they call you. If these kinds of things happen to you a lot, it could be a sign that you're more tuned in to the universe's patterns. Chosen ones often have a strong sense of purpose, even if they're not sure what that purpose is yet. You might feel like you're meant to do something important, even if you don't know what it is. This can sometimes feel frustrating, but it's actually a powerful driving force that can lead you to amazing things. Many chosen ones are also natural healers. This doesn't mean you have to be a doctor or a therapist, although you might be drawn to those professions. It means you have a knack for making others feel better. People might find themselves opening up to you or feeling comforted just by being around you. If you're a chosen one, you might also be more sensitive to energy. This could mean you easily pick up on the vibe of a room or a person. You might feel drained after being in crowds, or notice that certain places or people energize you while others tire you out. This sensitivity is a gift, but it also means you need to take care of yourself and learn to manage your energy. Chosen ones often have a thirst for knowledge, especially about spiritual or metaphysical topics. You might find yourself drawn to books about philosophy, spirituality, or personal growth. You're probably always eager to learn more and understand the deeper truths of life. Lastly, many chosen ones report having vivid dreams or even out-of-body experiences. Your dreams might be very detailed or feel significant. You might remember your dreams more often than others, or have dreams that seem to contain messages or insights. Now, here's an important point. Having these signs doesn't automatically make you a chosen one, and not having all of them doesn't mean you're not one. These are just common experiences that many chosen ones share. The most important thing is how you feel inside. Do you sense that you have a special purpose? Do you feel a deep connection to something greater than yourself? Those inner feelings are often the strongest signs. If you're recognizing some of these signs in yourself, don't worry if it feels overwhelming. Being a chosen one isn't about being perfect or having it all figured out. It's about being on a journey of growth and discovery. Every chosen one's path is unique, and there's no rush to understand everything all at once. Remember, being a chosen one isn't about being better than others. It's about having a different perspective and set of gifts that you can use to make a positive impact in the world. It's a responsibility, but it's also an incredible opportunity to live a deeply meaningful life. As you think about these signs, take some time to reflect on your own experiences. Have you noticed any of these things in your life? How do they make you feel? Don't be afraid to explore these feelings and experiences. They're all part of your unique journey as a chosen one. Now let's get to the really exciting part, the special birth dates. If you were born on or around these dates, you might be a chosen one. But remember, even if your birthday isn't on this list, you could still be a chosen one. These dates are just times when the energy for chosen ones is especially strong. Let's start with the first special date range, March 21st to April 19th. If you were born during this time, you might be a chosen one because you're born under the sign of Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it represents new beginnings and leadership. As an Aries chosen one, you might feel a strong urge to start new things and lead others towards positive change. You're probably brave and not afraid to stand up for what you believe in. This makes you great at breaking new ground in spiritual matters. The next special date range is June 21st to July 22nd. This is the time of Cancer. And if you were born during this period, you might be a chosen one with special emotional gifts. Cancer is all about feelings and intuition. As a Cancer chosen one, you might be incredibly in tune with your own emotions and the emotions of others. This makes you great at helping people heal and understand their feelings. You might feel a strong connection to the past and to your family, which can give you insights into generational patterns and healing. Another important date range is September 23rd to October 22nd. This is the time of Libra, and Libra chosen ones have a special gift for balance and harmony. If you were born during this time, you might be really good at seeing all sides of a situation. You probably have a strong sense of justice and a desire for peace. As a Libra chosen one, you might be meant to help bring balance to the world, both on a personal level and a larger scale. Now let's talk about a specific date, November 11th. This date, often written as 11/11, is considered a master number in numerology. If you were born on November 11th, you might be a chosen one with a special connection to spiritual awakening. People born on this date often report having powerful intuitive abilities and a strong sense of their life purpose. As an 11/11 chosen one, you might feel like you're here to help raise the consciousness of the world. The last date range we'll talk about is December 22nd to January 19th. This is the time of Capricorn, and Capricorn chosen ones have a special ability to make spiritual ideas practical. If you were born during this time, you might be really good at taking big spiritual concepts and figuring out how to use them in everyday life. You're probably hardworking and determined, which makes you great at sticking with your spiritual path even when it's tough. Now, why are these dates so special? It's all about energy. In astrology and numerology, certain times are believed to have special energies that can shape a person's life path. When you're born, you're imprinted with the energy of that moment. If you're born during one of these special times, you might be more likely to have the traits and abilities of a chosen one. But here's the really important thing to remember. These dates aren't the only times chosen ones are born. They're just times when the energy is especially strong. You could be born on any day of the year and still be a chosen one. It's not about the date itself, but about the soul that comes into the world on that date. If your birthday is on one of these special dates, you might feel a sense of recognition or excitement. That's great, but don't worry if your birthday isn't on this list. The most important signs of being a chosen one are the ones you feel inside yourself. These special birth dates are like clues or signposts. They can help you understand yourself better and give you a starting point for exploring your spiritual gifts. But they're not the whole story. Being a chosen one is about much more than when you were born. It's about how you live your life and the choices you make. If you were born on one of these special dates, take some time to think about how the traits of that sign or number might show up in your life. Do you see any connections between your birth date and the way you experience the world? How might these traits be guiding you towards your purpose as a chosen one? And if your birthday isn't on this list, don't let that discourage you. Remember all the signs we talked about earlier. Those inner experiences and feelings are much more important than any date on a calendar. Being born on one of these special dates doesn't automatically make you a chosen one, and not being born on these dates doesn't mean you're not one. These are just patterns that have been observed. The real proof of being a chosen one comes from your experiences, your feelings, and the way you interact with the world. As you think about these special dates and what they might mean, keep an open mind. Whether your birthday is on this list or not, the most important thing is to listen to your inner voice. That's the true guide on your spiritual journey. Remember, being a chosen one isn't about being special in a way that sets you apart or above others. It's about having a unique role to play in the world. Every person has their own gifts and purpose. If you're a chosen one, your purpose might be more closely tied to spiritual awakening and helping others. But every person's life has meaning and importance. So whether you were born on one of these special dates or not, the most important thing is to stay open to your spiritual journey. Pay attention to the signs in your life, listen to your intuition, and don't be afraid to explore your unique gifts. You never know where your path might lead you. Now that we've talked about chosen ones and special birth dates, let's dive into what spiritual awakening really means. This is a big part of being a chosen one, but it can feel confusing if you don't know what to expect. Don't worry, we're going to break it down in simple terms. Spiritual awakening is like waking up from a deep sleep. Imagine you've been dreaming your whole life, and suddenly you start to realize that there's more to the world than what you've been seeing. It's like putting on glasses for the first time and seeing everything clearly. This waking up happens in your mind and heart, not in your body. When you go through a spiritual awakening, you start to question things you've always believed. You might wonder about the meaning of life or why things happen the way they do. It's like you're seeing the world with new eyes. Things that used to seem important might not matter as much anymore, and you might start caring about things you never thought about before. One big part of spiritual awakening is feeling more connected to everything around you. You might start to sense that all living things are connected in some way. This can make you feel more loving towards others and more caring about the world. You might find yourself wanting to help people or take care of nature more than you did before. Another important thing about spiritual awakening is that it can change how you see yourself. You might start to realize that you're more than just your body or your thoughts. Many people describe feeling like they're part of something bigger, like the universe itself. This can be a really amazing feeling, but it can also be a bit scary at first. Spiritual awakening often comes with new experiences. You might start to notice strange coincidences happening more often. Some people report seeing lights or colors they've never seen before. Others say they can sense energy around people or places. These experiences can be exciting, but they can also be confusing if you don't know what's happening. It's important to know that spiritual awakening isn't always easy. Sometimes it can feel like your whole world is turning upside down. You might feel confused or scared at times. Old friendships might change, and you might not enjoy the same things you used to. This is all normal. It's like you're growing into a new version of yourself, and growing can be uncomfortable sometimes. But here's the good news. Even though spiritual awakening can be challenging, it's also incredibly rewarding. Many people say they feel more peaceful and happy after going through it. They often find a sense of purpose they never had before. It's like finding the missing piece of a puzzle you've been trying to solve your whole life. For chosen ones, spiritual awakening is especially important. It's like the universe is calling you to wake up so you can help others do the same. You might feel a strong urge to learn more about spirituality or to share what you're learning with others. This is all part of your journey as a chosen one. Remember, spiritual awakening is a process, not a one-time event. It can happen slowly over many years, or it might feel like a sudden change. Everyone's experience is different, and that's okay. The important thing is to stay open to the journey and trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Now that we understand what spiritual awakening is, let's talk about how to know if it's happening to you. This can be tricky because everyone's experience is unique, but there are some common signs to look out for. If you're a chosen one, you might notice these signs more strongly or more often than others. First, let's talk about questioning things. If you're going through a spiritual awakening, you might find yourself asking big questions about life. Things you used to take for granted suddenly don't make sense anymore. You might wonder about the purpose of life or why the world is the way it is. This questioning isn't just idle curiosity. It feels important, like you need to find the answers. Another big sign is feeling more connected to nature. You might suddenly feel drawn to spend time outdoors. The trees, the sky, even the grass might seem more alive and beautiful than before. Some people say they can feel the energy of plants or animals. If you find yourself feeling peaceful and alive when you're in nature, this could be a sign of spiritual awakening. Changes in your relationships are also common during spiritual awakening. You might start to see people differently. Some friendships might feel less important, while others grow stronger. You might feel a deep compassion for others, even strangers. At the same time, you might need more time alone than you used to. This is all normal. Your changing perspective can shift how you connect with others. Many people report strange physical sensations during spiritual awakening. You might feel tingling in your body, especially in your hands or the top of your head. Some people feel heat or energy moving through their body. You might have trouble sleeping or find that you need less sleep than before. These sensations can be confusing, but they're often part of the awakening process. Another sign is increased intuition. You might start to just know things without knowing how you know them. You could have a strong feeling about a decision or sense what someone is going to say before they say it. This increased intuition is like a new sense opening up, allowing you to perceive things you couldn't before. Synchronicities, or meaningful coincidences, often increase during spiritual awakening. You might see the same number everywhere, or think of someone right before they call. These synchronicities can feel like messages from the universe, guiding you on your path. Many people experience a shift in their interests during spiritual awakening. You might suddenly be drawn to spiritual books or practices like meditation or yoga. Things that used to interest you might seem less important. This shift in interests is your soul guiding you towards what you need to learn and experience. Time might start to feel different during spiritual awakening. You could feel like time is speeding up or slowing down. You might lose track of time easily, especially when you're doing something that feels meaningful or important. This change in how you perceive time is part of shifting into a new way of experiencing the world. Emotional ups and downs are common during spiritual awakening. You might feel intense joy one moment and deep sadness the next. This emotional roller coaster happens because you're processing old emotions and experiencing new ones. It's like your emotional self is expanding, allowing you to feel things more deeply. Lastly, many people report a feeling of coming home during spiritual awakening. This isn't about a physical place, but an inner feeling. You might feel like you're finally becoming who you're meant to be. There's often a sense of relief, like you found something you've been searching for your whole life. Remember, you don't need to experience all of these signs to be going through a spiritual awakening. You might have just a few of these experiences, or you might have others that aren't on this list. The important thing is to pay attention to how you feel and what you're experiencing. If you're noticing some of these signs, don't be afraid. Spiritual awakening is a natural process, even if it feels strange at times. It's your soul's way of growing and evolving. As a chosen one, this awakening is an important part of your journey. So you think you might be a chosen one going through a spiritual awakening. What now? Don't worry, I've got some simple tips to help you on your journey. Remember, being a chosen one is a gift, but it also comes with responsibilities. These tips will help you make the most of your unique role. First, start a daily meditation practice. This doesn't have to be complicated. Just find a quiet place where you can sit comfortably for a few minutes each day. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. If thoughts come up, that's okay. Just notice them and let them go. Meditation helps you connect with your inner self and the wider universe. It can make your intuition stronger and help you feel more peaceful. Next, keep a journal. Writing down your thoughts and experiences can be really helpful when you're going through spiritual awakening. You might notice patterns or insights that you didn't see before. Plus, it's a great way to track your journey and see how far you've come. You can write about your dreams, your feelings, or any strange experiences you have. There's no right or wrong way to journal. Just write what feels important to you. Another important tip is to spend time in nature. As a chosen one, you probably already feel drawn to the natural world. Make time to go for walks in the park, sit by a tree, or watch the sunset. Nature can help you feel grounded and connected to something bigger than yourself. It's also a great place to practice mindfulness. Really pay attention to what you see, hear, and feel when you're outdoors. Learning is also a big part of being a chosen one. Read books about spirituality, watch videos, or take classes if you can. But remember, not everything you read or hear will be right for you. Trust your intuition about what feels true and helpful. Don't be afraid to explore different spiritual traditions or practices. You're on a unique journey, and it's okay to take what works for you and leave the rest. Taking care of your body is really important when you're going through spiritual awakening. Make sure you're eating healthy foods, drinking plenty of water, and getting enough sleep. Exercise can also be really helpful. It doesn't have to be intense. Even a daily walk can make a big difference. Your body is going through a lot of changes during awakening, so treating it well is crucial. Another tip is to find like-minded people. Being a chosen one can sometimes feel lonely, especially if the people around you don't understand what you're going through. Look for spiritual groups in your area or online. Talking with others who are on a similar journey can be really comforting and helpful, but remember, your path is unique, so don't worry if your experiences are different from others. Practicing gratitude is another powerful tool for chosen ones. Each day, try to think of a few things you're grateful for. This helps shift your focus to the positive things in your life and can make you feel more connected to the world around you. It can be as simple as being thankful for a good meal or a beautiful sunset. Remember to be patient with yourself. Spiritual awakening and discovering your role as a chosen one is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, and that's okay. Don't put pressure on yourself to have it all figured out. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be, and that everything is unfolding as it should. Lastly, don't forget to use your gifts to help others. Being a chosen one isn't just about your own growth. It's about making a positive difference in the world. This doesn't mean you have to do big, dramatic things. Small acts of kindness, sharing your insights with others, or simply being a compassionate listener can all make a big impact. As you follow these tips, remember that being a chosen one is a journey of discovery. You're learning about yourself and your place in the universe. It's okay to make mistakes or feel confused sometimes. The most important thing is to stay open, keep learning, and trust your inner guidance. Your path as a chosen one is unique and special. Embrace it with an open heart and mind. You have incredible potential to bring light and positive change to the world. Trust in yourself and your journey. You're waking up for a reason, and the world needs the gifts that only you can bring. It's natural to have doubts when you're exploring the idea of being a chosen one. You might be thinking, is this really real? Am I just imagining things? These thoughts are normal and even healthy. Questioning is part of the journey. Let's talk about some common doubts and how to deal with them. First, you might wonder if you're just making all this up. Maybe you think you're reading too much into things or seeing patterns that aren't really there. This is a common worry, but here's the thing. Your experiences are real to you. Even if you can't prove them scientifically, that doesn't make them any less meaningful or important. Trust your inner feelings and experiences. They're guiding you for a reason. You might also doubt yourself because you don't feel special enough to be a chosen one. Maybe you think chosen ones should be perfect or have amazing psychic powers. But that's not what being a chosen one is about. It's about being on a journey of growth and helping others along the way. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, your struggles and doubts can help you connect with others and understand their challenges. Another common doubt is worrying that you're going crazy. When you start experiencing spiritual awakening, things can feel pretty strange. You might have experiences that don't fit with what you've always believed about the world. This can be scary, but it doesn't mean you're losing your mind. It means you're opening up to new ways of seeing and experiencing the world. As long as these experiences aren't causing you harm or making it hard to live your daily life, they're probably just part of your awakening process. You might also doubt your experiences because the people around you don't understand. Maybe your friends or family think you're being weird or taking things too seriously. This can be really hard, but remember, everyone is on their own journey. Just because others don't understand doesn't mean your experiences aren't real or important. Try to find people who do understand, even if it's in online communities or spiritual groups. Sometimes doubts come because the idea of being a chosen one feels like too much responsibility. You might worry that you're not up to the task or that you'll let people down. But being a chosen one doesn't mean you have to save the world single-handedly. It's about doing your part, whatever that might be. Sometimes that might be something big, but often it's about small acts of kindness and understanding. You don't have to be perfect or have all the answers. Another doubt might be that you're not experiencing things the way you think you should. Maybe you've read about spiritual experiences that you haven't had, or you think your awakening should be more dramatic. But everyone's journey is unique. Your experiences might be subtle, or they might be intense. There's no one right way to be a chosen one or to experience spiritual awakening. If you're having doubts, here are some things that might help. Keep an open mind. Try not to judge your experiences or shut them down. Stay curious and see where they lead you. Talk to others who are on a similar journey. Hearing about their experiences and doubts can help you feel less alone. Keep a journal of your experiences. This can help you see patterns over time and remind you of moments when you felt sure about your path. Remember that doubt is part of the journey. Even the most spiritually advanced people have doubts sometimes. It's a normal part of growth. Trust your inner guidance. If something feels true and right to you, even if you can't explain why, pay attention to that feeling. Be patient with yourself. Understanding your role as a chosen one and navigating spiritual awakening takes time. Don't rush the process. Remember, having doubts doesn't mean you're not a chosen one or that your experiences aren't real. It means you're thinking critically and taking your journey seriously. That's a good thing. Embrace your doubts as part of the process of growth and discovery. Now, I want to share a personal story with you. This is about someone I know who went through the process of realizing they were a chosen one. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah's story might help you see how this journey can unfold in real life. Sarah always felt different, even as a kid. She was more sensitive than others, often feeling overwhelmed by crowds or strong emotions. She loved nature and felt a deep connection to animals and plants. But for a long time, she thought these things just meant she was weird or oversensitive. As Sarah grew older, strange things started happening. She'd think of someone and they'd call right after. She'd have vivid dreams that seemed to come true. At first, she tried to ignore these experiences. She was scared of what they might mean and worried that people would think she was crazy if she talked about them. But the experiences kept coming. Sarah started feeling drawn to spiritual books and meditation. She'd sit outside for hours, feeling a deep peace she couldn't explain. Sometimes she'd feel energy moving through her body, especially when she was trying to help or heal someone. One day, Sarah came across the idea of chosen ones and spiritual awakening. As she read about it, she felt a shock of recognition. So many of the signs and experiences matched what she'd been going through. It was both exciting and scary. She wondered, could this really be happening to me? Sarah decided to explore this idea further. She started meditating regularly and keeping a journal of her experiences. She found online groups where people talked about similar things. Slowly, she began to accept that she might be a chosen one going through spiritual awakening. It wasn't always easy. Sarah had plenty of doubts. Sometimes she'd wake up in the middle of the night, worried that she was losing touch with reality. But every time she doubted, something would happen to confirm her path. A stranger would tell her something she'd just been thinking about. She'd have a dream that gave her exactly the guidance she needed. As Sarah accepted her role as a chosen one, she noticed her life changing. She felt more peaceful and purposeful. She started using her intuitive gifts to help others, offering guidance and healing. It wasn't always dramatic. Sometimes it was just a kind word to someone who needed it. But she could see the positive impact she was having. Today, Sarah embraces her role as a chosen one. She still has questions and doubts sometimes, but she sees them as part of her growth. She's learned to trust her intuition and to use her gifts to help others. She feels grateful for her journey, even the difficult parts. Sarah's story shows that realizing you're a chosen one isn't always a sudden, dramatic event. It's often a gradual process of awakening and acceptance. It comes with challenges, but also with profound rewards. Her experience might be different from yours in some ways, but the journey of discovery and growth is something all chosen ones share. We've covered a lot of ground today, talking about what it means to be a chosen one, the signs of spiritual awakening, and how to navigate this incredible journey. Let's take a moment to recap the main points. Being a chosen one doesn't mean you're better than others. It means you have a unique role to play in the world's spiritual awakening. There are many signs of being a chosen one, from feeling different and having strong intuition to experiencing synchronicities and a deep connection with nature. Certain birth dates might make you more likely to be a chosen one, but remember, it's your inner experiences that really matter. Spiritual awakening is a process of waking up to a deeper reality. It can be challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. If you think you might be a chosen one, there are many things you can do to support your journey, like meditating, journaling, and spending time in nature. It's normal to have doubts. They're part of the process and can actually help you grow. Now, I want to encourage you to take some time to reflect on what you've learned. Think about your own experiences. Do any of the signs we talked about resonate with you? Have you felt a calling to something greater, even if you couldn't quite explain it? Remember, realizing you're a chosen one is just the beginning of an amazing journey. It's a path of growth, discovery, and making a positive difference in the world. But it's not always an easy path. It takes courage to embrace your true self and step into your power. Start paying attention to the signs in your life. Notice those moments of intuition, those strange coincidences, those times when you feel deeply connected to something greater than yourself. begin a daily practice of self-reflection. This could be meditation, journaling, or simply taking a few quiet moments each day to check in with yourself. Seek out others who are on a similar journey. Join online forums, attend local spiritual groups, or simply have deep conversations with friends who are open to these ideas. Most importantly, trust yourself. Your experiences are valid. Your feelings matter. You are on this journey for a reason. If this video resonated with you, please like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be sharing more insights and guidance for chosen ones and those experiencing spiritual awakening. Share this video with anyone you think might benefit from it. And remember, being a chosen one isn't about being special or above others. It's about being of service, about bringing more light and love into the world. Every act of kindness, every moment of understanding, every time you choose love over fear, these are the ways you fulfill your role as a chosen one. You are waking up for a reason. The world needs your unique gifts, your compassion, your wisdom. Embrace your journey. Trust the process. You are exactly where you need to be, and you have the power to make a real difference in the world. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of what it means to be a chosen one. Remember, this is just the beginning. Your greatest adventure is still to come. Keep shining your light, and never forget how truly special and important you are. The world is waiting for the gifts only you can bring. As we come to the end of our journey today, I want to leave you with some final thoughts. Being a chosen one is both a gift and a responsibility. It's a call to awaken, to grow, and to help others do the same. But it's not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about being willing to listen to that inner voice, to trust your intuition, and to step into your power even when it feels scary. Remember, your journey as a chosen one is unique. There's no one right way to do this. Trust your own path, even if it looks different from others. Embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth. Celebrate the moments of clarity and connection. And always, always be kind to yourself along the way. You are part of something much bigger than yourself. Your awakening is connected to the awakening of the entire planet. Every step you take on your spiritual path, every act of love and kindness, ripples out into the world in ways you might never see. So go forward with courage and hope. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. The world needs your light now more than ever. Embrace your role as a chosen one and let your inner light shine bright. You are more powerful than you know, and your journey is just beginning. Thank you for being here, for being open to these ideas, and for being willing to explore your true potential. The world is waiting for you. It's time to wake up, step into your power, and shine your light. You are a chosen one, and your time is now.